Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today. Of course, we're in the midst of my Dragon Ball movie reviews, and this one is for the Dragon Ball Z second film called The World's Strongest. It came out in 1990. It's about close to an hour, maybe a minute short, somewhere in there. You pretty much have the same old cast, Sean Schimmel, Christopher Sabat, so on and so on, coming back to this. And this film, I like the fact that it has this tinge of a sci-fi feel to it that I think Dragon Ball Z, personally, is better to me in my personal taste when it embraces more of the sci-fi and mixes it in with the fantasy elements a lot of the time. That's just my own feelings, and when I say that, I mean it. Look at the difference between something like Return of Cooler versus Cooler's Revenge. Cooler's Revenge is more of a fantasy Frieza saga knockoff, if you will, even though I like that movie quite a bit. Return of Cooler is a sci-fi film. A lot of mechanical elements, a lot of science involved there. Even down to the soundtrack is very sci-fi-esque, and I really love that about it. World's Strongest I like more than the previous movie, Dead Zone. It's not a masterpiece, but everything from the art style, which I think is the best of the first three films, I think it looks better than the next film, Tree of Might, just in case you didn't catch that. I think the look of it, the feel of it, feels, in general, more like what you know and I know as Dragon Ball Z. Everything from the fighting to the concept, all of that, I really dig. Basically, there's a doctor who is using the Dragon Balls to resurrect a doctor that was his mentor, named Dr. Wheelio, something like that, who was buried in ice and killed. And essentially, they have his brain inside of this big tank in a wall inside of like a laboratory, Dr. Giro-looking area. And when he gets resurrected, he tells his minions and this doctor that was his student that he wants Master Roshi to come to him so he can use Master Roshi's body as his new body to put his brain in. Because he believes, apparently at least at the time when he died, 50 years ago or whatever, that Master Roshi at the time was the strongest person on the entire planet. So Master Roshi, they come to his house, by the way, on the little island he lives on, and Kami House, whatever it's called, they come to his place and they tell him, hey, Dr. Wheelo wants you or whatever, and they kidnap, I think it was Bulma or somebody, they kidnap somebody, maybe Gohan, I don't know, but anyway, Mr. Roshi, Dr. Roshi, I don't know what to call him, goes with them out to this lab, and it's in the Arctic, by the way, which was cool. There's a lot of snow and wind and everything to set a really nice cold setting for this movie, and I really love that about it. So everybody goes there, essentially, and eventually Goku shows up as well to save them, and they have to deal with Dr. Wheelo, or Wheelio, whatever you call this particular villain. The casting are all really good. I even like the voice for Dr. Wheelo, whatever. He's pretty good. I think everybody does a good job, and it really shows that kind of nobility that I like about Roshi. I like when we kind of get away from just the pervy side of Roshi, which is funny. Akira Toriyama and the teams who write the movies do a good job of making Roshi likable and fun. I don't care whether he's pervy or noble, but when he's noble and he's in training mode, like in the Dragon Ball Super World Tournament, or Tournament of the Power, whatever it's called, all of that stuff is really when I love Roshi the absolute most. And this is a great film that really puts a little bit of time into him, after I think Dragon Ball Z kind of dropped that off the map a little bit. World's Strongest is a fun time. I like it. I don't hate it at all. I think it's good. It's the best of the first three films, in my opinion, of Dragon Ball Z at least. And it's got some good elements. I wish the soundtrack was better. It ain't great, but it's a little bit better. And like I said, the animation, from the smoothness of it to the style of it, looks and feels more like what I'm used to with Dragon Ball Z, and that works really well. The fights are really good. The fights are some of the best that we had out of the first three films, I would say. That stuff is really cool, and I like basically what Dr. Wheelo or Wheelio turns into, where he's basically like a mechanical robot, Red Ribbon Army-looking crab thing, with the brain right there in the tank, exposed. That stuff is really cool. I don't think enough people give enough credit to this movie for how well made it is, despite it not being, obviously, even in the top, 10 Dragon Ball Z movies. It's good, it's not amazing, is what I would say. I like it, I don't love it, but it's good. Better than Dead Zone. A lot of improvements that should have been made were made for this movie. And like I said, I think I mentioned the soundtrack already. It's a little bit better than Dead Zone. It's not amazing. Probably, again, like I said, probably the best of the first three films when it comes to that. But anyway, Dragon Ball Z World's Strongest, I don't really have anything else to say about it. It's pretty good. I like it. It's not amazing. It's not even in my top 10, like I said, so take that for what you will. But, you know, it was cool. It had some good moments in it, and I like it. And I do recommend it if you happen to be a Dragon Ball Z fan. And if you happen to be watching these along with me, hopefully you'll check this one out too. So anyway, Dragon Ball Z, The World's Strongest. Check it out if you like this show, the manga, whatever. Pretty cool. This feels more like in the tune of what Toriyama does with Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. Catch you later. God bless you all. Let me know what you think about this film in the series. Is it your favorite? Is it your least favorite? Do you think it's better than Dead Zone? Let me know all that down below, too, especially what you think in the context of the first three movies. What do you think is the best? I'd love to hear that, too. Is it this one or something else? Thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and goodbye.